Hey, this is Jay Morales, and I just want to speak this message and get some feedback from you guys. I'm with Moment Maker Speakers, along with my good friend Stephen Welch. So I'm gonna just dive right on into it. So how's it going, everyone? My name is Juan J. Morales, and I'm here to talk about plans about the future. You know, a lot of us got many different paths that we're taking, either school or work, and just trying to figure it all out on what we're doing or what we're thinking about what we're gonna do in the future. But the truth and reality is are you happy? Are you happy with what you're doing? And if you're really not happy with what you're doing right now, then you should make a change, or you should think of a change. And the thing is most people, they just become too comfortable in the position they're in, and they don't go for this change. And then eventually, when they're already old, it's already too late. So, you know, on a day-to-day basis, sometimes you just sit back and ask yourselves, like, what makes me happy? And when you figure that out, you try to make a career out of that. And most people just don't figure that out, or they maybe not even think about it. But it's important to your health, you know, it's important to your life and to your success in life. So me, throughout my whole life, I was lost, as most people. I had this thing where I knew how to go to college because I was always told, and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. But then, the reality is when I graduated high school, I was sick of school, so I never even went to college in the beginning. You know, I took like about almost a 2-year break, and I entered the workforce and did the whole factory job and stuff like that. And to tell you the truth, I hated it. I was like, you know what, this isn't for me, let me go to college. So ended up enrolling in Reading Area Community College, and started out with business. And I was about a year in, and it just, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, you know. Business, just, I understand like everything in the world revolves around business, but learning about, you know, all the business and stuff like that, it really didn't like click to me. So what ended up changing for me is I went through a rough situation. I almost lost my life, and I was in the hospital, dealt with 5 brain surgeries. And at that moment is where I found my passion and what I wanted to do for my future. And it had to do with health. And my health was at a weak standpoint at this time, and I just had to build myself back up. So I put everything together. I researched for a very long time, and I learned the components of good health, which was exercise and eating healthy. So now, when I got out the hospital, I had to go back to school, and then I switched my major into culinary arts because food has a lot to do with your life, and it affects you physically, mentally, and emotionally, now scientifically proven. So this is just my stepping stone, because now I want to become a professional trainer, and personal trainer, and I also want to become a nutrition expert or a nutritionist, which I'm on the path to do that. So the thing is, what I'm saying is, I found my passion, and it took me going through a hell of an experience in order to find it. Now, not everyone has to go through this experience, but I want you to really try to contemplate and think about what makes you happy in life. What would you do, or what can you do every day that when you wake up, you feel happy to go to work? You feel happy to be in this place, and it would not matter maybe if you have to stay an extra hour or extra 2 hours, or even have to come in on your day off because you're fulfilling your happiness. So I'm close to graduating school now, and I'm going to get my degree in culinary arts, and then hopefully, you know, I'm going to still pursue and to become a nutritionist and personal trainer, which I'm actually working on right now. Now, school is not for everyone, I understand that, and that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, what are you going to do then? If you're not going to go to school, you should come up with a plan. It's very important to plan things out and write them down, because they help you stay on task. You always have that reminders, like right there on a piece of paper. You're like, boom, this is what I got to do to achieve what I need to achieve. So if you're not going to go to school, perfectly fine. I'm not forcing anyone to go into anything like that. No school, that's fine. Because something I learned from a millionaire who was a self-made millionaire, his name is Tal Lopez, he said, a classroom is not the only place you can become educated in, which is very true. If you have a bunch of books, you know, or you like to look online, and you could teach yourself knowledge. I tell you the truth, I have learned more on my own than what I've learned in school my whole life. On my own. And, you know, it's not that hard, especially nowadays when you got the computer. You know, we're in the age of information. It's all out there, different aspects. And a lot of people understand this is a common thing, as I speak to a lot of other students that go to colleges and stuff. They say, you know, I really don't like how I got to take all these extra classes that has nothing to do with my career or my major. It's like, why, if I'm learning about engineering and stuff, I got to take a science class and, you know, vice versa and stuff like that. So at least if you're not going to go to school, it makes it a little bit more easier for you to just focus on what you want to do. You know, what your main interest is and your career goal, you could go for more easier just by learning on your own. So either you could read, or like me, I'm a visual learner, so I like to watch videos, and I watch videos from, you know, scientists and fitness experts and stuff like that, and I learn just like that too. There's nothing wrong with that. So a lot of things, you know, come up on a day-to-day basis in our lives, which is understandable. If you got kids, you know, you have family issues or financial issues or many other things, you know, health problems, and it can stop you from chasing and going towards your goal, you know, or finishing what you need to finish. And what I want to tell you is, try to work, you know, on resilience. Resilience is being able to bounce back, because we're all going to fall back. So life is like a roller coaster. It's just up and down, up and down. And if you build resilience, you know, when you get down, you fall on your back and you get right back up. It's not going to stop you. But on average, most people, they fall down and they get trapped there. And then, you know, because mentally, many people, you know, a majority is not very much positive, that they get stuck in this negative loop of worry, which honestly is a waste of time and energy, because worrying does not change the situation. That's first. Being positive and optimistic and thinking of solution does change it, and it also makes you feel better. You know, positive psychology is really growing up in the field of psychology, and they're starting to scientifically test how positivity helps you grow as a person, and it helps you, you know, change for your future, and in a good way at that too. And it helps you bounce back from all the negative stuff and makes you feel good on a day-to-day basis. So being positive, you know, it's not easy. I'm not saying you're not tricking yourself either. It's just instead of just always worrying about a problem, you know, you get away from the problem by thinking of a solution, or you take a situation that you're in and you make the best outcome from it. You know, because there's always two sides. You can come across a bad problem, and you can either just give up, or you can move forward. But I'm going to tell you what, the world is always changing, and it's not going to stop for you. So why are you going to leave yourself behind when you can continue moving forward? So take an obstacle, take a problem as a challenge to build yourself, to develop, you know, because we all grow. We get strength from all of our hardships in life, you know. We get stronger and stronger, and strength is a beautiful thing. How would you ever know your strength if you never had it tested? You just wouldn't know until it happened. So take all these hardships that, you know, that we all go through. Like I said, no one has it perfect. We're all gonna have this roller coaster ride, this emotional roller coaster ride, you know, just up and down, up and down. But be strong and continue to push. Never stop. You gotta be a warrior. Don't give up. So this is Juan Morales from Moment Maker Speakers. Give me a message. Hope this spreads some light in your day. See you.